You're an entrepreneurial mom, a coach, aspiring coach, and right now you're in a pickle because you know that your business isn't aligned with what you truly feel like is your purpose work. And you've been searching, but you're just not sure how to actually pinpoint your purpose and create a business that's actually in alignment with your God given purpose. If that's you today, I want to just ensure you that in this live, we're going to be jumping into how to actually pinpoint your purpose driven business. Okay. And so I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Daily Dose with yours truly, Janel Ranée. In the Daily Dose, it is an acronym for divine overflow of spirit-led empowerment. And so I spend time with God daily, and whatever he pours into me, I just pour right back out into you. And so we're going to jump into today's episode. And it's really in alignment with just what I help my clients to do, what I've been able to help so many women to actually do, what I've been able to do in my own life. And it just is a true testimony of just where I'm coming from, where I was working in my full-time career as a nurse, and I knew God was calling me for more. He was calling me out of the four walls of the hospital and into the four corners of the world. And that was through entrepreneurship, through business. And I just went on a hunt to really uncover what my God-given purpose was, because I was so confused. I'm like, okay, if it's not nursing, then what is it, right? And so for those of you who are not familiar with me, my name is Janel Ranée, and I am your faithologist. I help entrepreneurial moms, coaches, aspiring coaches to discover their God-given purpose and create digital businesses that is actually in alignment with their God-given purpose through biblical principles. I help entrepreneurial moms to truly embody their identity as leaders so that they can grow their business and be able to transition into full-time entrepreneurship, to be present with their family and just have that life of freedom and flexibility and fulfillment that they truly desire. And so that's what I do. And I'm just so passionate about this work because one of the first things that I do in my business always is we always just like realign. The first step in my framework, my CPR framework, is to realign with your creator for clarity, right? Clarity on your own calling. And so one thing that I help my clients to do is pinpoint their purpose, because you don't want to just jump into a business to make money, right? Yes, the business is obviously there to profit from, and you have to make a living from your business, of course. However, you want to make sure that the business that you are creating is actually in alignment with your purpose. And a way that I actually help my clients to do this is first by pinpointing your purpose work. And oftentimes, I have my clients do like a list of 10. And so you want to list out what your passions are, right? That's the first step. What are your passions? What are the things that you truly love to do? What are the things that light you up? What are the things that you can do without ever being paid for? What are the things that you just enjoy, right? That you can do for hours and hours and hours, something that you can talk about for hours and hours and hours. What is something that people get tired of you talking about? These are your passions. These are the things that light you up. What are the causes that you are passionate about helping, right? Are there certain causes in this world and society that you just feel this innate calling to actually help, to help solve that? And so what are your passions? This is just brainstorm like 10 things that you are just really, really loving, like 10 things you just love to do, right? And then we're going to move on to proficiencies. The second step is to now look at your proficiencies. What are the things that you're really good at doing, right? So you have the things that you love to do, but what are the things that you're really good at doing that just comes natural to you? People look at you and they're like, how do you do this? How are you so good at this? They're constantly complimenting you on this specific thing because it just comes natural. Sometimes this is actually hard to see because it's so natural to you. It's just so innate to you that it's just like, oh, this is just normal, right? Can't everyone do this? No. That is something, that's a skill, that's a proficiency that you have that is in alignment with your purpose work, because God has equipped you and has given you this talent. He's given you this gift. And now you just have to identify what that is. So that is your proficiency, right? It's a specific God-given gift a talent, a skill that just comes innate to you. Another thing is you want to look at some of maybe your painful past experiences. Oftentimes, our purpose is birthed through a painful experience. And so I shared just a touch of it for me, where I was in a career, my dream career. And as much as I love nursing, I love caring for people, I love helping people, I love serving and just guiding people back into health. The four walls of the hospital, I felt confined. It was such a painful time for me because I'm like, God, if this isn't my purpose work, what is it? I didn't know what it was. But what God was calling me was beyond. I have the gift of healing, but I had to realize just in my own personal time with the Lord and just quiet time and just dwelling with God and walking with God throughout the years, He's revealed to me that my gift of healing was being strangled inside of a hospital building, because it's not just physical healing that He's called me to, but also spiritual, emotional, mental. And it's like different variations of healing beyond the four walls of a hospital setting, right? And so that's why I was feeling so confined, because God was making me uncomfortable in that season so that I can move. And so that was a painful time in my past. And that actually sparked my business. And once I discovered how to actually discover my purpose and align a business in alignment with my purpose, I then was able to help others do the same. And so I'm actually walking out my purpose work by doing this work, but it all stemmed from a painful past experience. It was years of just like questioning, like, God, what's going on? I was confused. I was lost. I felt stuck. But it was all for a greater good, because now I've been able to help dozens of women, dozens of moms to really discover their purpose and launch businesses in alignment with their God-given purpose, whether that's through digital products, digital business, and through coaching as well. And so when you combine your passions, your proficiencies, your past painful experiences, that equates to your purpose, right? And then for your business, you now want to look at, so the first step is to assess yourself, right? The second step is to analyze. So you want to analyze your audience, your target audience, your dream clients. And so you want to analyze and think, what is a deep pain that they're currently going through? Oftentimes this deep pain is something that is your painful experience that you once had, right? So oftentimes your business, your purpose is like to help someone who's currently where you were. So a trial that you've been able to triumph over, something that you've been able to overcome. You can now speak to that because you've lived through it and you've gotten to the other side. So now you can reach back and help your clients get over that same hump. And so you understand what their deep pain is because you've lived it. And so you want to speak to that deep pain, analyze what is that deep pain? What are they currently experiencing? What are they thinking? What are they feeling, right? What are they doing right now that's not working? Or what are they not doing that they should be doing, right? Speak to that pain. You want to then jump into what is their deep pleasure? What is their desires? What is the outcome that they truly are desiring, right? What would light their life up right now? What is their deep pleasure? What is the one thing they truly, truly want right now that you can actually help them to get, right? So that gap between their pain, their deep pain, and their deep pleasure, that gap, that's their problem. That is their problem. They want to get from their deep pain over to their deep pleasure. They need a bridge to get them there. That is their problem. They have no idea. They have no idea how to get to the other side. That is their problem. And so what you're going to do to pinpoint, right? This is how you're going to pinpoint. This is exactly how you're going to pinpoint your purpose-driven business. You're going to take your purpose times their problem, and that is what's going to create your purpose-driven business. That is the path. You have carved a path out for them. This is your business. It's rooted in your purpose work because it's combined with your passions, it's combined with your proficiencies, it's combined with your past painful experiences. And then you're taking your audience's problem, your client's problem. What is their deep pain right now? What is the deep pleasure that they want to be able to acquire? And now with that combination, you combine your purpose with their problem equals your purpose-driven business. All right. It's super simple formula. I can literally help you walk through this entire process for only $7 for the first month. For the first month of my Assignment Accelerator Academy, for you to really discover what your kingdom assignment is, how you can actually show up and create a business that's in alignment with your kingdom assignment, join the Assignment Accelerator Academy. It's only $7 for the very first month. And then it'll be only $47 after that, which is unheard of for continuous coaching and community. So comment assignment if you want to discover what your kingdom assignment is. In 30 days, you'll be able to create your digital product business, all right, in alignment with your God-given assignment. And so this is how you're able to pinpoint your purpose-driven business, all right? If you have no idea what your purpose is, you have no idea what you should be doing with your life and how to actually profit from your purpose through a purpose-driven business while helping others to solve a problem, that is all your business is about. It's just solving a problem. And so when you can actually use your purpose and solve a problem for others, that is the most fulfilling, rewarding feeling ever. When you're in your purpose work, helping others and still profiting from it. And when you do that and combine it with a digital product business or a digital coaching business, you're able to now have the flexibility, the freedom, and the fulfillment. When you're never going to feel fulfilled if you're just jumping from business to business. Maybe you're doing an MRR, maybe you're doing MLM, maybe you're just jumping from business to business, just trying to find somewhere to make ends meet. And there's nothing terribly wrong with that, but that's not something, there's no longevity in that, right? Like you want to make sure that you're showing up and you're passionate about what it is that you have to offer. And when it's in alignment with your purpose, in alignment with your God-given purpose, that's the only way you're going to feel true fulfillment in your life and in your business. All right. And so that's what I have for you. Go ahead and comment assignment if you want to jump in just for $7 for the very first month inside of the Assignment Accelerator. Be honored to have you and to serve you in that container. So powerful. If you're a coach or an aspiring coach and you want to be able to create your framework, your signature coaching framework, you want to learn how to actually market it, right, through story selling formation, and you want a simplified sales funnel, comment coach, and I'll send you the link for my Call to Coach workshop if you feel like that's the area that God is calling you into, coaching. I want to invite you to just comment coach, and I will send you more information on how you can create your offer, be able to market your offer, and sell your offer seamlessly. So you're attracting 4-figure clients on repeat. All right. And so that's what I have for you in today's episode of The Daily Dose. I pray that this has been a blessing to you, and I'll be back, God willing, tomorrow with another episode of The Daily Dose. I'll see you then. Before I go, I'm going to tell you, just as God told me, put one foot in front of the other, step out on faith, and trust God for the next step. I'll see you.